Hey you! Welcome to the Best of Luxury Beauty for 2022 week and a happy Tom Ford Tuesday. Now, this week I dedicate this entire series each day to a particular category for the best of beauty in 2022. Today, it's Tom Ford Tuesday edition, so you know what that means. Shall we hydrate and begin? It's Tom Ford Tuesday. You know the full face is Tom Ford. Everything will be listed and linked down below in the description box, along with everything mentioned in today's video. So, how does one's Tom Ford product earn a spot in Mo's The Best of Luxury Beauty week? Well, this is going to have to be a product that performs, a product that I'm constantly wanting to reach for, and a product that overall I deem worthy enough to share with you. So for this Best of Beauty Week Tom Ford edition, let's start off with complexion products. So before I share my first product with you, have you heard the news? I think we all knew this was coming. I think we all noticed some things and some changes throughout 2022 with our beloved Tom Ford beauty and even the clothing and just the brand overall. But Tom Ford has sold. Yes, and it was a big, big deal. I'm always very curious how things are going to go once a company sells. But I'm hopeful, and I guess we will see in the coming months and years. But I am hearing that Tom Ford himself will stay on board for a majority of 2023. But we will see. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this and what you're predicting and what you're thinking. So comment that down below. We're going to start off with the Traceless Soft Matte Primer. Starting off with packaging, I do admit this is not as luxe as like the Shade and Illuminate foundation, which is all glass, and it's just like a little bit more. This is all plastic packaging, but it's still very nice nonetheless. So you twist up and it reveals your little top, and you can pump out some of your primer. Now this is what the texture of the primer looks like. It starts off as a gel and then transforms into a powdery veil. Although this is a mattifying primer, it's not something that's overly drying. This is definitely what started me on the whole modern matte with Tom Ford. This is going to keep your oils at bay. This is going to keep down that shine, but it's also going to remain lightweight and not give your skin that completely dull and more dried down flat look. Once the primer is applied to the skin, it does allow for makeup to go over top very, very smoothly and blend in very, very nicely. It creates a very nice base for any other product that you apply on top of it. So for what it is, which is a matte primer, it's not a dull matte, it's a very comfortable matte, a beautiful wearing product. Now I just want to put this out there. I do hope that we get a Shade and Illuminate primer, not the illuminating primer. I love that primer, okay? But I want like a Shade and Illuminate primer because I love the Shade and Illuminate foundation. I want like a primer that's just like the foundation, but a primer. So we'll see, right? Our next complexion product is the Traceless Matte Foundation. Another mattifying product, and I have to tell you, matte is never my first choice when it comes to complexion. But wow, wow, wow. This is matte done right. In the Tom Ford way, yes. Now the packaging, I will start off and say it's just like the primer. It is more of the plastic with the twist up. Now, although she's matte, she does contain and is infused with hyaluronic acid. It gives a very soft blur and a very skin-like matte finish. And what I mean by that is it never goes on, wears, or looks cakey at any point towards the end of the day or towards your first beginning application. It's one of those products that the more you wear it, the better it looks. I am so sorry. Notifications. Okay, let me turn my phone. I apologize. Okay, this is a medium to full coverage product, but of course, like any other foundation, you can apply less and more so share it out if you want a little less coverage, but it's nice knowing that you don't have to use a lot if you want even more coverage. Or if you want to build it up, you can completely take it there all the way up to full coverage. But regardless of the coverage, Whenever I wear this, my skin always maintains a skin-like finish. Never looks heavy, never looks cakey, even after 10 hours, 12 hours of wearing. Feels very comfortable and lightweight on the skin. It's not heavy at all. It blends very beautifully. I more so like using it with a sponge, but whenever I want just a little bit more coverage, I do go in with a brush to build up in particular areas, and it just looks phenomenal. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today with the mattifying primer. And as you can see, my skin doesn't look dull. And I just love that so much, that although we are using mattifying products, it's not an overly completely flat and blah looking complexion. That is why the Traceless Matte Foundation has earned its spot in the Best of Beauty for 2022. So this year, I really made it a point to try all of Tom Ford's brushes. I was gifted some brushes from my friends that they know my heart and they know I love Tom Ford, and they happen to like have the natural hairs. They no longer have the natural hairs when you buy them in the store. They're that synthetic that mimics natural hair, which I will admit comes pretty close, and I have no problem with it, honestly. But just to let you know. So I've tried majority of the Tom Ford brushes, and the ones that stuck out to me are a few, and I have to share them with you. We're going to start off with this little guy right here. I don't have any brushes like this in my collection, and she's a gem. This is the number 4, and this is the Shade and Illuminate brush. Is that what it's called? Let me just double check. I got my notes. Yeah, the Shade and Illuminate brush. This was specifically designed to be used with the Shade and Illuminate Crème contours, and it works amazing with it. And I've tried it with, of course, other cream products, and it works amazing. So this one has the shorter, flat fibered bristles that give you, hello camera, rude. There we go. This works so good for contouring the face. You apply the product, even on the nose, it works wonderfully because you can just angle it and get a thinner line, or you can lay it flat and get more of a thicker line. You can also use it to blend. It works beautifully. And this was a brush I was constantly reaching for, and performs beautifully, washes well. I haven't had any issues with any fallout of the bristles. Good quality stuff on this one. The next one is this one here. This is the number 2. This is the Cream Foundation brush. Now, that's what it says it's for, but I use this for an array of things. Sometimes I use this to apply my contour. Sometimes I use this to apply my highlight. I did use this to apply my highlight today. I go in and I just kind of brush upwards. Do that as well. You use it to apply foundation. I use it to blend out concealer. Multifunctional brush. We love products that are multifunctional. Yes, we do. So yes, it's said to be one thing, but I've used this for an array of different things. The bristles, they aren't overly densely packed. You still get some nice movement so that when you are using it to apply foundation and going in more of a stippling motion, it doesn't pack on the product too much where it becomes cakey. It definitely gives you that more blended and diffused look without leaving any streaks. Allow products that when you use a brush to apply them look like you used the brush to apply them. This doesn't do that. It's really nice to apply blush as well. Absolutely, I can do my whole entire face makeup with just this one brush. I know it sounds crazy. Obviously you clean it in between, but this is a great brush and I really, really love it. The next one is the number 5. Here she is. And this is the bronzer brush. Now this is the one that I got as a gift, and this is natural hairs. This performs so good. Like, wow. I compare it almost to my Chikuhodo brush. I mean, it's on par quality-wise with that. The size for me, I don't enjoy applying my bronzer with it because I feel like it just blows it out too much. But what I do like is using it to apply blush, because it allows me to have that super flushed kind of look. I also like to use this to apply powder all over. I do also like it to set my under eye. I also like using it for finishing powder. So it's a great multifunctional brush. The quality is outstanding. There are some counters that you can go to and ask, hey, do you have any of the natural hair brushes? You may get lucky. You never know until you ask. But that's the bronzer brush. Gem. Amazing. Love her. This year I tried all of the Tom Ford eye brushes. This isn't all of them. Some of them are dirty. And I even tried the lip brush. I use the lip brush all the time. If I had to pick just one eye brush, there is a very close tie between these two, to the point where I have a backup of them. I mean, they're not good. Yes. So we have the number 13, which is more of the fluffy brush. And then the number 11. Now, both of the brushes I find to be extremely multifunctional. You can use both to blend in the crease. You can use both to apply on the lid. The thing about the number 13, because it's more of the fluffy brush, I more so like this for the days where I do a one and done, or for the days that I just want a little softer flush of color on the lid. You definitely can use this to pack on the color and build it up. But I find using the more traditional eyeshadow one to do that just a little bit better. Not that you can't achieve it with this one, but this one, just because of the way it's designed and such, it does a little bit better of a job. But with all of the eyeshadow brushes that I tried this year from Tom Ford, the number 11 and the number 13, yes, please, and thank you. I definitely feel like Tom Ford gave us a lot of solid staple products for our collection this year. Like, wow. Eyeshadows, complexion, lips. Ooh. And then we also had like a few thrown in there that were just fun and different. And we love that. So continuing on with complexion, let's talk about the new Shade and Illuminate products for the face. The Shade and Illuminate Contour Duo. So I did do dedicated videos to this. Again, I'll have my Tom Ford playlist listed so that you can, you know, see things in more depth and details and all of the things. One thing I'm sure many of us have already noticed is the old packaging versus the new. The new has the TF on the front. I went back and forth with that, how I felt about it, because I've always enjoyed the simplicity of a Tom Ford packaging. It's very luxe, it's clean, it's simple, but you know what it is. It makes a statement. You know what I mean? So they maintain that, but then they throw on the TF on the front. At first I was like, that looks cheap. But then I feel like it grew on me and I was like, oh, okay. I'm used to it now. And obviously I don't have a choice. But yeah, the newer packaging has TF on the front versus the old. So let's talk about these contouring duos. I have it in Intensity 2, which I find to be quite intense if you were to compare it to the previous Intensity 2, which was, to me, perfect. I am contemplating on getting the new Intensity 1, which I feel is more like the old Intensity 2, but we will see. I'm still like kind of finishing through this one. But anywho, this is the new one. So this contains a cream contouring shade and a cream highlighting shade. Now these are cream to satin. They blend seamlessly into your skin. Like, you cannot tell when this starts and ends. It's so clean. It's so smooth. Absolutely beautiful. I definitely have to use a lighter hand with this color, but the formulation is fantastic. The contouring portion creates beautiful dimension on the skin. So once all the foundation is applied and everything's all one color, bring back the definition, bring back the color to the face beautifully with this product. What I really enjoy about the highlighting portion is that it's not overly glittery. I despise products that are just chunks of glitter all over the face. It's not flattering. I don't like it. Save that for the eyes. So I really like how this more so gives you that glow, that healthy glow, that glow you want, versus a stripe on your skin, which no. So here I have more of a healthy traditional swatch. And then over here, it's more so how I apply it. Blended, diffused into the skin, and it just gives that healthy glow, which wears so much better than just a stripe on your skin. It's a lot more flattering. This is such a beautiful, rich brown shade, and it is quite intense. So I do go in with a lighter hand. And then once you blend it down, it blends down into a very soft satin finish. Gorgeous on the skin, wears well, and just looks really beautiful. Amazing. I do believe that these are reformulated. I couldn't tell you what the reformulation is, But, you know, sometimes when things get reformulated, you get a little nervous because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what the hell did you do? What did you touch? Why would you change it when it's already so good? But, you know, this is actually all right. It worked out pretty good. We have the Shade and Illuminate Highlighting Duos. These were recently redone. As many of you know, I am a mood light girl, like forever and always. Love my mood light. But this shade in particular is Peachlight, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I don't think it's comparable to Mood Light. I think the tones are completely different. Very, very gorgeous color combo. And that is what I'm wearing today. Wear it alone, mix it. Another product that, I mean, the colors give sophistication. The colors give, I am very much a Tom Ford girl. And some of the color combinations that they have, because I believe there's 4 colors. Hold on. Yeah, 4 shades, 4 different shades. You could use one for depth and one for highlighting. Or like me, I just go in and use it to highlight the skin. And I do, like I said, enjoy mixing the two. And then I do also like using them all on their own. They also work beautifully on the eyes. And the formulation is phenomenal. Gorgeous. It's not giving scattered glitter. It's giving that grown sophistication. Like, she's a Tom Ford girl. She knows what she wants. She can walk into a corporate meeting and handle her business. Or she can go to Target and shop for the family. Either way, it's giving all the things. And I use this so much this year and I love it. And in comparison, I feel like the formulas are very comparable, but I do feel that there have been some changes. And it's not better and it's not worse. It's on par with what we have come to love from the Shade and Illuminate Highlighting Duos. This is Mood Light. This is like my 3rd Mood Light. I will forever purchase Mood Light. Once I get to when this, I know it's time to get rid of this, I will purchase the new formulation in Mood Light. But right now, I'm really enjoying Peachlight. I had to do it. I had to do it. Now, I have a dedicated video to every single shade of the Shade and Illuminate blushes. Oh, yes. I have to tell you, I enjoy all of them. I use them a ton. The 2 shades that I used the most this year are Sundrunk. Get nice and close so you can see. She has been very, very, very well loved. The TF is completely gone. Yes. And also the shade of Flame. I mean, you can still see like the TF a little bit, but these are gorgeous. They are a very finely milled formulation. The powders are very finely milled and they deposit your color beautifully. You can build it up or you can keep it soft. Now, what I like about these is I technically categorize these as 3-in-1 because one shade is more of an illuminating shade and one shade is more of like your matte, more so traditional blush. So you can go in with one all on its own, or you can mix. So you can use this one on its own, you can use this one on its own, or you can mix, and you have 3 different options. I most always mix, or what I'll do is I'll do like 2 taps in the darker shade and 1 tap in the lighter shade, and then apply it. Like today, that's what I did. It gives a glow to your skin, minus the glitter. You can get glow without glitter, and Tom Ford does it every single time. And it looks so flattering on the skin. It doesn't emphasize any texture. I do find that these blushes somehow, some way, almost smooth your skin. Whatever they've got in there, it's got like a smoothing factor to it. That's A+. I love it. I think it just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I had to mention the Shade and Illuminate blushes. This year, Tom Ford came out with a new eyeshadow formulation. I think it's up there with the Tom Ford wet dry formula. Like, it's that good. There are just, like I mentioned, Tom Ford delivered when it came to staples that we need in our collection. Not saying you need every single eyeshadow. As I look at my collection, that just needs to chill out. But I love my eyeshadows from Tom Ford, and especially this new formulation. It's the Eyeshadow Quad Crèmes. Ooh. There's a total of 5 of them. And boy, have I enjoyed all of them. Today, I'm wearing Violet Satin. What an amazing color story. What's great about them is you can keep things soft if you want to stay more so in the more satin mattes. They blend so beautifully. You can use your fingers to apply them. You can use a fluffy brush and get just a soft deposit of color. I have done dedicated videos to every single one of them and have created multiple different looks. I'm constantly reaching for them. This is a formulation that I am just highly, highly, highly impressed with. Extremely pigmented, zero fallout. It's just so impressive in that aspect, especially because you have shades like these two, where when you look at them, you're thinking, okay, it's gonna be a little bit of speckles going all over the place, but no. No, the cream just holds everything together. It's just super, 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 super gorgeous formulation, and the color stories that were curated for these new formulations, very, very wearable. Things that you constantly want to reach for and create different looks with. I really appreciate the way that these were launched, because the first 3 that were launched were your more traditional color stories, things that were very, very practical. Like this one, for instance. This is Smoky Quartz. Then there's Tiger's Eye. And these were even used in the Spring Summer 2023 runway show. Look at this beautiful Rose Topaz. So you see, each color story was more of the softer color stories, not a lot of color per se, but very practical colors that you would want to wear, things that you can wear literally every single day. Like I said, Tom Ford did it, and he gave us the staples we need in our collection. Look at this. This is like your khaki, your greens. This is Valores Khaki. She's very well loved. I reach for this a ton. This is such a beautiful color story. What I really love to do with this green shade, and I'm sure you've seen it in the tutorials that I've done, is I love using this as a liner. I'll go in with any one of these all over the lid and then go in with this as a liner. So gorgeous. The Crème formulation eyeshadows, you cannot go wrong with any one of them. I needed all of them. I'm addicted to this formula. I love this formula as much as I love the wet dry. Yeah. Shadows that you have to do less, but look like you did so much more. So in turn, your makeup's done that much faster. Now, I can't on and on and on about the wet dry formula and not share one of my favorite wet dry formulas from the newer releases from Tom Ford this year. Apres. Ooh, just look at this color story. It's bronzy, it's pinky, it's peachy, it's gorgeous. And you know, it being wet dry makes your lids look wet and gorgeous and beautiful. Look at that. Ooh. You can categorize this as a companion palette. I have shared looks where I'm using just this palette. It's gorgeous. Very easy, very wearable. And I love the tones. The tones are gorgeous. Previously, he released a lip blush, and then recently he released another lip blush. The one in the gold packaging has the gold specks, and then the one in the silver packaging has the silver specks. They both pretty much do the same thing. They're bombs that deposit just a little hint of pink on your lips. So easy to wear. It goes with everything. It's not like a swatch type of product, but you can kind of see there it has a little tint, and that's pretty much all that you're going to get with this product. So this is the one with the gold, and then the one with the silver is this one. Let's see if we can pick up a little bit of the tint, like a little tiny bit, just a little bit. It's just a very soft tint. Super nourishing, super comfortable, and very, very, very beautiful. This is a satin matte, a very creamy, comfortable satin matte. I highly dislike matte lipsticks because I have a lot of lines in my lips and I don't like emphasizing them because it's not my thing. But a satin matte, I can do. This shade in particular is Rose de Malfi. It's a nude lover's dream, but it's got a little hint of pink to it. Super creamy, goes with almost everything. Wore this a ton. Another newer lipstick color from Tom Ford, more in the traditional lipstick realm is Blazing Kiss. This is more, I want to say, more of a satin finish. It's a little bit brighter of a pink, but it's still very soft and wearable. For the days when I'm feeling a little bit bold, these were limited edition, but ooh, yes. They are absolutely gorgeous. They are from the Extreme collection, and the first one is in the shade Lucious. Look at that. This color is more on the raspberry end of things. This one is also from the Extreme collection in the shade Scarlet Shock. Look at her. Look at those colors. A little bit of everything. A little bit bold, a little bit soft, a little bit of everything, shall we say. Tom Ford Gloss Luxes. Oh. I personally think they're one of the best formulas when it comes to a gloss. With how they wear, how they apply, how they feel, not sticky and goopy. They actually have pigmentation to them, and your lips just look healthy and luscious. This one was actually featured in the Tom Ford 2023 Spring Summer Runway show. It's a very nude gloss, but I wear it with a darker lip liner and it works. And I love how these wear down. They wear down and you still have just a soft tint of color and your lips are left hydrated. I can't tell you how many glosses, when they wear down, your lips are like dry and you're just like, ooh. My next favorite color is Honey-Eyed Coral, and this was a recommendation from one of you guys because you saw how much I love them. And wow, this one has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but in the Tom Ford way. The shimmer in this, it just allows your lips to look even more glossy. It's so gorgeous. It's not chunky. It doesn't leave the glitters when they dry down and scatter all over. This is my longtime favorite, forever favorite. This is like my third one. This is Inhibition. Applicators for these are really nice as well. Not too big, not too small. They distribute just the right amount of product as well. So here's Inhibition. Such a beautiful everyday wearable shade. And that's what I have on now. Earlier, I was wearing this super light one, but I just applied this. And then the last color that I want to share with you, this one also has a little bit of shimmer to it, which allows your lips to look just so shiny and juicy. This is Bare ASSED. I'm very happy with my selection. I have a super pale nude, I have a pinky, I have a peachy pinky, and then I have like a little bit of a raspberry tone. Two that have the glitters and two that don't. Day 2 complete in our Best of Beauty 2022 week. Let me know some of your favorite Tom Ford products that you absolutely love this year. Comment them down below. I appreciate you spending your time with me today. I will see you tomorrow as we continue with our Best of Beauty week. Stay beautiful, guys. Happy Tom Ford Tuesday. I'll see you soon. Bye.